Hello, I'm going to show you how to make your own DayZ cinematics in the editor. First thing we need to do is to revert back to an older version because they disabled the single player editor since 2.6, so you have to revert back to 2.3. This is done by going to install and update in DayZ-Commander. You'll see here which version you'll have. Likely you have 4.4. Then go to the drop down menu, select 2.3 and click on install. I already got 2.3, so I don't need to do that again. When done installing, select the server, doesn't matter which one, click on it and start up. No, mine is already started. Once you're in the host room, just press escape and you'll go back to this main menu. Once you're in the main menu, you'll see that the single player is unlocked, so click on single player, click on the editor, and we are going to choose Generous because that's the main map from DayZ. And when you selected it, click on continue to start the editor. So we got the editor working now. I'm going to show you the basic movements in the editor. Scroll is zoom, zoom out, zoom in, right click, you can move around the screen, and left is selecting. You can do it by dragging or clicking on the model that we are going to place. Now we are going to add the camera to the editor. First thing we need to do is to place a player model so we can activate the camera. On the right side you'll see units, press F1 or you can click on it, then double click on the map and the unit menu pops up. Ignore it for now, I'll explain it later on in this tutorial. Select on the side, select blue for on factions, select PMC, at unit select the top survivor model and press OK. Now we need to implement the camera script. We are going to do this with a trigger. On the right side select triggers, you can press F3 if you want and then double click on the map. The trigger manual will appear and there are only two things we need, that's activation and on activation. Activation is the way you'll activate the script. We are going to do it with radio alpha. You'll see it later on and when we going to preview it, and on act you'll place the script. I'm lazy, so I'm going to paste the script. I will place the script into the description. So let me explain how this script works. First thing you see is player. Player refers to the unit, the player unit, and then you'll see execute. So it executes the camera.sqs, and after that you'll see showCinemaBorder. I'm not using a border, so I'll put it on false. You can put it on true if you want to have the border. And setAccTime is the speed. It's now on half speed. 0.500 is half speed. If you want full speed it's 1, and if you want to have the fifth of a speed it's 0.200. So I'm going to place it on 0.500, so half speed, and then you press OK. So now we place the camera script and the unit we need, the player unit. Now press on preview so we can preview our scene that we built. Once we are in game, the thing you do is press 0, 0, 1 on your keyboard. This will activate the camera script, that's radio alpha 0, 0, 1, and you'll see we are in the camera mode. One thing you also see is the crosshair. We don't want to have this crosshair. The thing to enable and disable this is pressing L on the keyboard. So if you press L it will disappear. Now I'm going to explain the camera controls. It's pretty easy. With W you move forward, with the S you go backwards, with the A you move left, with the D you move right, and to go up and down you use the Q to go up, the Z to go down, and to zoom in and zoom out you use the plus and minus on the numpad. Plus for zooming in, minus for zooming out, and of course looking around with your mouse. You can look around, combine those controls to get your camera movement going. Now let's go back to the editor, press escape and click on abort. Let's go deeper into the units menu. You need the units menu to place objects, soldiers, zombies, etc. into the map. Select units on the right side, press F1 and double click onto the map. You'll see the units menu pop up and you'll see different things. I'm going to explain what is what. You'll see side is blue for up for independent civilian, and the civilians you will also find deeper down the zombies, and empty you'll find different kind of objects like vehicles, campfire, etc. We are going to choose blue for, at least I'm going to choose. And at factions on the blue for you got different kind of factions like US and PMC, and the PMC are the survivor models, so I'm choosing PMC. Then you got class, but under PMC there's only one class. If I press select US, you'll get different class like air and cars, but we need PMC. Under control you can select non-playable, player or playable. Non-playable is computer controlled, player is player, and playable if you make a multiplayer mission, different people can spawn on that unit. We are going to select non-playable because we need a computer controlled one. And info age, never used it, so I don't know what it is. Vehicle lock, we don't need it because it's a soldier. And rank is only when you group multiple units together and give one. You can give one a higher rank, but we don't need it at this moment. Then in the units you will find different kind of units. Under PMC you only will find 3. The top survivor is the male unit, the middle is the female, and the down one is invisible, so don't use that one. We are going to use the top one. You can give him a name if you want. We don't need it at this moment, but if you are going to use scripts outside of the units menu, you put scripts into the init. But if you place it like in a trigger, you have to give him a name. Not gonna explain this, you have to Google it yourself. In the init we can give the unit a weapon if we want. I'm explaining that later on. The first thing what I wanted to show is how to move the unit to a car, let him get into the car, let him drive a little bit and then get out. Further you'll see health and armor. If I place it on 0, the unit is dead, so we don't want that. So place it on full. Fuel, nah, soldier doesn't have fuel. Ammunition, we don't need it because we are placing how many max he has into the init with a code. And probability of presence, we want to have full presence, so keep it on full. Here you see something like what is it? A clock. It's the way he faces, so we want to face him down the road. So I'll set it on 300, 315, and then press OK. So now he's placed on the map like a blue dot, and he's facing down the road. The next thing we want to do is that the unit goes into the tractor, drives a little bit, and then gets out and walks. For that we need waypoints. On the right side you will see waypoints. Select waypoints. You can press F4, highlight the survivor model, and then go with your mouse over to the tractor and double click on the tractor. Now the waypoint menu will open up. Under select type you will find different options. We only need 3 of them: move, get in, get out, get into the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, and move, walk or drive. So we select get in because he needs to get into the tractor. Then you can choose combat mode. Now we don't need any one of those because there aren't any enemies nearby. You can choose formation, that's only needed for groups. You got speed. Now we want to have him go full speed in the tractor. And you got behavior like careless, safe, aware, combat, stealth. We'll place it on safe so he feels safe, and then press OK. Then move a little bit further down the road, double click again, the waypoint menu is open, and now use move and set behavior on safe and speed again on full. And we'll let him get out on this piece of road and double click again. Now select get out, so he gets out the vehicle, full speed, save again. At this point he will get out his vehicle and then start walking, and we'll let him walk towards somewhere here, and double click again, press move, select move, and let him walk, and not running but walking, so we'll select limited and he feels safe again, and then press OK. So now we got the waypoint set up. He will follow this line, get into the vehicle, move with the vehicle towards here, then get out the vehicle and walk towards this point. Now we got the waypoint set up, so we want to give the unit a weapon. Select units on the right side, F1, double click on the survivor, and the units menu will pop up. We need a little piece of script. It's pretty easy, it's self-explaining. The script is this add weapon, quotation marks, between the quotation marks we'll put the weapon. I'll show you where to get the weapon names, and a semicolon to close the script. Then you can give him some ammo. That's this piece of script. This add magazine, quotation marks, semicolon to close the script again. So we need a weapon name and we need the ammo name. This refers to the unit. You also can give the unit a name. Let's call him, and then you can change the code to him or keep it on this. As long as this code is in the init of the unit itself, then you can use this. If you're putting this piece of code into a trigger, then you have to give the name him. So it's him at weapon, him at magazine. Let me show you inside where you can find the weapons. Not all the weapons from DayZ are on there, so use Google to find the other weapon names. So now we are on the website from Bohemian Interactive itself. They have a weapon list with all the names and the magazine class names that we need. I'll put a link in the description, so you'll find it there. We are going to give our unit an M4A1 and some ammo. I'm going to copy the ammo class name because that one is more difficult to remember than the M4A1. Let's go back to the editor to give the unit an M4A1. Okay, we are back in the editor, so we want to give him the M4A1. So at weapon is M4A1, that's the name for the gun, and the ammo class name, I'm gonna paste it because I copied it, and now he got a weapon, an M4A1 and some ammo, and press OK. The thing we almost forgot to do is to place our camera guy close to the other survivor, so drag it next to the other unit and then press preview to see what we built with the waypoints and adding weapons. Once started, press 001, press L to disable the crosshair, and now you're in the camera. You will see the guy walking at half speed or walking, running, and now it's time to capture your shot so you can edit it up into the video editor and make your own intro cinematic. Thing I forgot, what you just saw, is you can move faster with your camera by holding shift, like you see now. The guy got into the tractor. We told him to do that in the waypoint. Now he will move to the point where he needs to get out. Another tip I can give is use a joystick with the camera movement. You got smoother control with a joystick. I'm now using the keyboard, but if you press a key like A and you go to the left, it will move full speed. so you don't have control how fast the camera goes. If you use a joystick like I now do, you can tilt it a little bit, so the camera will move slower, and how further I will tilt the joystick, how faster it will go. So if you got a joystick lying around, you can use a Xbox control, you can use a PlayStation 3 control. I'm using like a flight stick, so an old joystick. Works perfect. I'm using my right hand for the mouse to look around and the left hand for the camera movement. And the guy got out now, so he will walk to the point we told him to do. Now it's all about making the shot, capturing and editing it in the video editor. That's all. I'm just going to show one thing more. I think people will need it. How to make the survivor shoot another survivor or zombie. I'm going to show it in this chapter. I deleted the waypoints and the tractor, and I kept the unit because we want to have the unit shoot another unit. Let's place a zombie. So units, civilians, and then class zombie, and place a zombie on the map. Let him face the unit, and let's place another unit. Let's place a blue force, same team, PMC survivor, and place survivor. Let him face towards the other unit. Now you'll see that he's got a blue line attached to each other. That means that the two units are grouped together. We don't want to have them grouped because this survivor will follow the other one, but this survivor has to kill the other survivor. So to ungroup them, press F2 groups, then click and drag, so you will see that the line disappears. Now they aren't grouped anymore. There are two ways to make this unit attack the other ones. The problem is blue 4 will never attack a teammate and will never attack a civilian. To fix this, we'll select units, double click on the blue 4 survivor and give him a penalty, a team killing penalty. And the code is this at rating minus 16,000. So now he got a penalty, so he team killed some people and will turn into an enemy. To make the civilian an enemy, we have to group an op4 to him and give the op4 a higher rank, but the op4 can't be visible. So select the press F1 units, double click next to it, side op4, and then Pakistani militia, and then militia man with the AK. Give him a higher rank than the civilian, so I'll give him colonel, and probability of presence we'll put it on 0, so he won't be there. But once we group this militia man to the zombie civilian will turn into an op4. How to group them? Same way like we did to ungroup. Press F2 groups, drag from the militia man to the zombie, and there will be a blue line. So now the zombie is grouped to the op4, and the survivor, the blue for survivor, has a team killing penalty. So if everything goes right, our survivor will kill the zombie and will kill the survivor. Let's preview. Let's go into camera. Yep, and he got the civilian and he got the survivor. So that's the way how it works.